The impact of climate change on global migration. Welcome to today's video, where we explore how climate change is driving global migration and the implications for people and nations around the world. 1. Introduction to climate-induced migration. Climate-induced migration refers to the movement of people driven by environmental changes caused by climate change. This phenomenon is becoming increasingly common as the planet warms. 1. Definition. Climate migrants are individuals or communities forced to relocate due to sudden or gradual changes in their environment. 2. Scope. The United Nations estimates that by 2050, climate change could displace between 200 million and 1 billion people globally. 2. Factors driving climate-induced migration. Several factors contribute to climate-induced migration. 1. Extreme weather events. Increased frequency and intensity of hurricanes, floods, and storms can devastate homes and infrastructure, forcing people to move. 2. Rising sea levels. Coastal communities are at risk of permanent inundation and saltwater intrusion, making their lands uninhabitable. 3. Drought and desertification. Prolonged droughts and expanding deserts threaten agricultural livelihoods, leading to food and water shortages. 4. Heat waves. Intensifying heat waves can make regions uninhabitable, especially where air conditioning and cooling technologies are scarce. 3. Regions most affected by climate-induced migration. Certain regions are particularly vulnerable to climate-induced migration. 1. Small island nations. Countries like the Maldives and Kiribati face existential threats from rising sea levels. 2. Sub-Saharan Africa. Prolonged droughts and desertification are displacing communities dependent on agriculture. 3. South Asia. Coastal regions in Bangladesh and India are experiencing severe flooding and storm surges. 4. Latin America. Increasingly intense hurricanes and extreme weather events are affecting Central America and the Caribbean. 4. Social and economic impacts of climate migration. The social and economic impacts of climate-induced migration are profound. 1. Humanitarian crises. Displaced populations often face inadequate housing, food insecurity, and health challenges. 2. Urban strain. Influx of migrants into cities can strain infrastructure, services, and social cohesion. 3. Economic disruption. Loss of livelihoods and property can lead to economic instability and increased poverty. 4. Political tensions. Competition for resources and jobs can heighten social and political tensions in host communities. 5. Global responses and solutions addressing climate-induced migration requires coordinated global responses. 1. International cooperation. Countries must work together to develop comprehensive policies for managing climate migration. 2. Adaptation strategies. Investing in climate resilience, early warning systems, and sustainable infrastructure to reduce displacement risks. 3. Support for migrants. Providing humanitarian aid, legal protections, and integration programs for displaced populations. 4. Community-based solutions. Empowering local communities to implement adaptive measures and sustainable practices. 6. The role of individuals and communities. Individuals and communities can also play a crucial role in supporting climate migrants. 1. Advocacy. Raise awareness and advocate for policies that address the root causes of climate migration. 2. Support networks. Create and participate in support networks for displaced individuals and families. 3. Sustainable practices. Adopt sustainable living practices to mitigate climate change and reduce its impacts. 7. Call to action, join the movement. Support climate resilience and migration solutions. Climate-induced migration is a pressing global issue that requires collective action. By supporting resilience and sustainable practices, we can help mitigate the impacts of climate change and provide hope for displaced communities. Please do like, share, subscribe, and follow for more insights on climate change and migration. Together, we can make a difference.